We are back again, and we've got our 3 chapters done, 1, 2, and 3. And what we want to do is we now want to make this a published book. And this is where you make, let's go there, File, and we go to New. We're making a book this time. This is the only time you use book. And when you open up a book, and I'm going to save this in my book project because everything should be together, and I'm going to call this Ipsum 1. Now the reason I'm calling it Ipsum 1 is because I know there's going to be a lot of different ones as I make mistakes and do it again. So it's always good to date or change the names. All right, so there it is. This is what it looks like. Very exciting. So I'm going to move this over here so I can see where everything is. And I'm going to pull them in. There's one. Oops, strong one. There's, let me bring, come on. Sometimes hard to get these things in the right position. There's one. There's 3. And let's find 2. 2 should be in there too. There's 2. Here's chapter 2. I'm going to rearrange them. Come on. Okay. So I've now got them chapters 1, 3. You'll notice that they've got these set up. For some reason, I've got too many pages in this. I'll have to deal with that later. I can click on them and change where it started. So for instance, if I decide that first chapter should be 0 through 1, I could do that. And then I could change this one and have this start at page 1, and then it moves forward. So once you've got this set up the way you want to, you're going to go over here to the little hamburger, and you're going to say, all right, perfect. You're going to go to Export Selected Documents to PDF. And this is going to be your print version. So I'm going to call this Ipsum 1. I'm going to save it in my book project, and I'm going to call this Ipsum Print 1. And hit save. And this should all be set up, but basically what you're doing is you want it to be high. It's got to be, you want it downward compatible. You want to save it as spreads. All of this looks pretty good, and hit export. Oops, seems to be an overset, but I don't think it matters in this one. Okay, there it is. So now if we look at this and we go down here, we'll see it should go all the way down. Oh, you know what I did? I'll show you what I did because it makes a problem. All right, let's go back here. I had this highlighted, so it only did that page. So you need to make sure you're unhighlighted from all of them so that it will go for all of them. So I'm going to go to Export Book to PDF. See, it's never as easy as it seems. So I'm going to call this, I'm going to do it right over the other one so I don't get 2 of them. Hit save, replace that bad boy, export. Okay, there we go. Now it has 17 pages. It goes down, there you go, side-by-side pages. Got a couple of extra pages in here. If this happens, you can always go in here and delete those pages. But it's not a good way to do it because it's still the numbering is going to remain the same. So don't do this. Make sure you've set it up right on the inside. All right. So let's go back here. Now we're going to try another way. So we're going to do it for an EPUB. So we're going to go over here and I'm going to say export to EPUB. Now this is so you can show it on a Kindle or whatever. So I'm going to call this Ipsum Digital 1. And what it's going to do, it's going to rasterize. You want to say OK. I did this interactively, and I should show this to you. So there we go. There's chapter 1. Keep going. Now this one should show us just chapter 1. Pages 5 to 6. There we go. This is showing with it all rasterized. This keeps it visually the same, and we should be able to see the chapters. Not so much. So we're going to do it one more time. We're going to we're going to go in here. We're going to make sure these are not selected. We're going to do EPUB. And we're going to not fix layout. We're going to flowable. Now watch what happens now. Now this has its own problems in that it puts everything together because it flows. But in saying that, watch what we can do. Come on. All right. There it is. We should be able to go up here. And this will actually show our chapters. There's chapter 2. That's why we did it as chapters.